All right. How you doing, Quinn? Doing all right?
Yeah, I'm good. How are you?
I'm something, that's for sure. All right. Let's just get down to it. Most of you have already been spoken to individually, if not as a group or whatever. Amongst, you know, Edgar, Clark, myself, Sophia, Seb. We all come from, you know, different parts of, you know, the same piece of cloth here. And over the weekend or on Friday or whatever, you know, the day it was, North Cyprus has been abolished. 3PAS no longer exists. And South Cyprus is also gone. Maybe some of you guys thought it came drastically or randomly, and maybe in some ways it has. But the reality is, sometimes, you know, you gotta do some drastic things and shake some shit up to kind of get things going again, or at least for, you know, for Northern Cyprus. Motherfuckers just got lazy and became nothing down there, and just kind of wasted their potentials standing around doing all day. It was actually pathetic and sad to see. That's just the reality of it. And in order to sometimes, you know, try to get out of that, you gotta do some crazy shit. And that's why North Cyprus, or at least myself, I decided to abolish it and be here. Now, I'm sure Edgar's got his own reasons, as well as the Southern Dons and Clark and whoever that they've shared with you guys. But the big thing is now, the new, or what's next, or what we've come up with. So, starting today, you guys are what we call the first rounders. Now, I will be honest. I'm looking around and I'm seeing a couple faces here who I don't think deserve to be here. But I also think you can be deserved to be here, depending on how you act in the next couple of days. Now, what is a first rounder? Well, what are we doing is the first question, I guess. We have a vision. Short term, we're starting off as a brand new community, right? Society, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Long term, we want to be the next Babylon, the next metropolis in this world. Build an empire that lasts centuries. Civilization that lasts forever. A legacy that will last long before our years. Now, in order to get there, we have to start small. We have to think small. But if we act appropriately and truly work together, lay down solid foundations, we can get really intricate and creative in how we want to, or where we want to take this, right? Now, that's the important part, is the first step. Working together. Understanding that this isn't a fucking joke. As crazy and as delusional as it may sound, this is not a joke of what we're attempting to do here. Me, Edgar, Sophia, Sab, Clark, whoever's been involved initially, the talks that we've had the last couple of days. This isn't a joke. This is a sincere attempt at something outrageous, and we understand that. But we think with the right tools and people, we can pull it off. It might take God knows how long, but you know, we're willing to dedicate our time to it. And if anybody feels different from this conversation, it's fine. You guys can leave. You can change your mind. This isn't a gang. This isn't an organization where we're going to kill any of you for wanting to fucking go do your own thing. That's done now. You know, for North Cyprus, we have failed. The gang life just never worked out for me personally. We tried various attempts, various versions. It just all never went well. We're abandoning, you know, most of those ideologies. The big one being, if this is not for you, it's all good. If you join and in 3 days you realize this is not for you, it's all fucking good. It is what it is. Because what we're doing here is going to require a lot of commitment. The biggest thing being is as soon as this conversation's done, I'll probably speak to most of you one-on-one. But if nothing's changed and you weren't firm in your decision, you are abandoning everything. Well, those backpacks you guys showed up with, these cars, your bikes, whatever the fuck you showed up with, your money, your houses, your apartments, your belongings, everything. Besides the clothes on your back. This is not a nudist colony. Please show up with some clothing. Everything else is gone. We are aiming to be absolutely self-sufficient. Think about the Amish. You can go and traverse Los Angeles if you want, but you ain't going down to Senior Buns and grabbing yourself a burger. You get hungry, you go hunt, you go fish. Come down here, you cook that shit up. You need water? Go grab the dirty ass water out the lake and learn how to purify that shit. You want a car? Well, hope to God we get a mechanic down here and an engineer that can build us a couple of cars. Everything is made in house, and everything that we need, we will learn how to either make, or if we have to invent some new things, we'll learn how to do that as well. There's nothing that we don't rely on anything from the outside world. Now, again, this is short term. Long term, there's obviously going to be a point where if things succeed, we're going to need to import some shit, maybe export some shit. She can get crazy, but this is just a short term, smaller picture. Everybody's required to be committed. Now, are we going to have cameras on all you 24/7 to see if you abide by this? Of course not. But if you're coming here and you're ready not to commit 100%, please don't waste our time, because this will not work. If you feel like you're going to get bored in the next 2 hours because you have to commit to something for more than 2 hours, do not waste our time. This will not work. And it's okay. Any questions so far? All right, good.
No.
I will end with this. Everybody's here is here for a reason. We think you are capable of helping us lay the foundation. But again, there's a lot of people here that are also capable of destroying this by fucking Wednesday, and by Friday, we're looking for something new to do. And this is based on your decisions and the things you want to get yourself wrapped up in. There's a focus here. And right now, it is a very simple focus. It's to lay that foundation, start living here, and start adjusting our lives to something new. I ain't trying to wake up tomorrow and I have fucking the marshals or fucking this fucking demon spawning out of a fucking portal of hell in the middle of Stab City. That shit can come later. Right now we need to build something that can survive, something that can take its own life, its own form, even after we're gone. And with that being said, at any moment, any of you can be fucking exiled, just straight up. Like I said, we're not gonna kill fucking people here, but if you're coming in with a shitty attitude, causing too much problems, and you're just not focused on what we're focused on, you know, you can kiss your ass goodbye. We'll kick you out of here. It's very easy. It's very easy to avoid that as well. It's very easy to avoid that. And all of you, I don't need to explain to any of you what you have to do to avoid that. You already know.
Look, I just thought of something that should probably be addressed. I look around all of these people here who are motivated to working, but I'm not sure any of one of these people is like a doctor. Should we not make it a priority?
Those. I'm already working on that, but you are correct. There's going to be some necessities that we need. A doctor being a big one. Obviously, you know, we got to survive out here, so that is a big one. Eventually, we'll need somebody who's got some sort of knowledge and practice in law and shit like that. Like, as we grow, these things become important, right? So we kind of just tread along. For now, the next couple of days, you know, I'm hoping we can all survive without a fucking doctor. That is being worked on. And then the biggest thing, Edgar reminded me, just to emphasize, you look around, there's no North Cyprus here. There's no South Cyprus here. There's no Tripas. All right, that's all gone. For the love of God, that is all gone. There's no gang members here. There's nothing. It's just people trying to build a community together now. So don't go and fucking, you know, break up in your own fucking circles and just act like your own gangs within here. Otherwise, I'm leaving this shit by tomorrow. Sincere effort for something new. We are all part of the community now. And again, as I've told people who I worked with in the past, bear with us. Things might flip on its head tomorrow as we change and figure out what actually works and what actually makes the most sense in how we operate down here. We might try some shit. It might not work. We might flip it on its head. Just be aware of that as, you know, things get more solid. Any other questions?
No. No questions.
Now's the time I'll entertain stupid questions. I'm going to say it last time. Any other questions? All right. I would advise that if you guys are still involved, just to go get rid of all your shit. I don't give a fuck how you do it. I don't give a fuck who you give it to, if you throw it in the ocean, whatever. And get ready to, you know, embark on this journey.
Hold on. That brings up a point here now. We're going to be living here. We're going to be starting from here, and ideally we're going to grow, you know, and maybe one day, like ancient Rome, control all the, you know, the land here bordering the Babylon Sea. But
That's
as
right.
it stands, if we're going to stay here, these houses, like, we're going to need to acquire, right? How we acquire?
I'm already
Because
working on it.
Do you need the cash? Like, do we need cash contributions, or we burning that shit?
I would burn everything.
All right.
All your cash, everything. You don't use banks no more. If I see a motherfucker walking up to an ATM, you're gone. You're not dead, but you're gone. With that being said, we might establish some laws in which the sentencing will be death. Until we get to that point, nobody's dying. All right?
Okay, can we also have like a certain code of like secrecy here?
Punishment is exile.
Yes, we can have a code of secrecy. Also, the only thing we can probably still use until we kind of figure it out is if you need bandages and shit down at the hospital, feel free to use that service for now. But just get accustomed to not relying on anything else. You can also use your phones as well. We're not living in the fucking, 11th century. We're in 2025. It's fine to use a fucking cellular device.
I mean, we can bring a telegram service from Walmart. That's what we use.
I have a question.
Yeah, actually, good idea. Yeah.
Would a service of a messenger be of use for a place like this, where somebody goes around and gather whatever message need to be sent, and they shall walk and try to deliver this message?
Well, that's the beautiful thing about like what this can be, right? Is the reality is we can get creative as fuck with it. We can even have our own fucking bank where we have to go deposit and withdraw shit from a fucking bank, and somebody's got to run that for this fucking town. We can do whatever the fuck we want. But before we start thinking crazy like that, right? We got to lay the foundation, because if tomorrow we're trying to start a fucking army and building rocket ships, brother, we're done by Friday. You get what I'm saying? Let's just take it easy. First, I would recommend just adjusting, getting accustomed to your new lives and the things you cannot do, which we'll outline them more as the day goes on, right? And so you can have a definitive, actually, what you cannot do, what you can do. For now, it's simple. Get rid of all your personal shit. Don't rely on Los Santos for anything but medical, because, you motherfuckers can't die yet. Need you guys here. Everything else, you do not rely on. Hunting, fishing, water, that's how you survive now. I'll get a couple campfires going down here. You can cook your own meat, purify your own water.
I have a question. I just got here right now, so has there been anything that's been established up until this point?
In terms of what?
You mentioned like campfires that you're going to be putting around. Is there anything else that people that haven't been here aren't aware of that might be like a resource available to people?
Right now, I would just say it's fish, meat from hunting, and then just water from the lake.
Okay.
And then God knows, like I said, right? God knows where we're at by the end of next week. But there's a lot of potential here. But in order for you guys to understand, like by tomorrow, the marshals can come down here and shut this shit down, depending on how we represent ourselves. Like Edgar said, there's a code of secrecy here. We're just a community, where people ask, I just got tired of Los Santos, moved up to the trailer park. I'm just smoking weed, chilling out, and just becoming a part of this fucking community that's being built up there. Very simple answer.
Copy.
Should we be getting rid of our weapons as well?
No. I would hold on to the weapons because we just don't know what's gonna happen.
Understand.
Weapons is fine. All right, but like this is more so, personal belongings and shit. Weapons I would say is a necessity for now, because like I said, the police can come down here tomorrow, or some gang might come down here and be like, hey, we've been here the whole time. What the fuck are you doing? And we're already immediately wrapping up some shit. Anything can happen. Now I'm hoping that these things don't happen, but who knows? But tomorrow there could be a fucking Lost MC club coming out of nowhere, fucking try to fuck us in the ass. Could happen.
Just be careful with the locals. They're very aggressive.
Yeah. All right. Any other questions? All right. And like I said, bear with us. As much as you guys don't know, we are also the same, right? Like we're kind of figuring it out. We have some ideas and some plans, but again, we don't know really what's concrete yet. So if you are confused, hopefully, by the end of this week, things will be fleshed out. By the end of next week, things will be super fleshed out. By the third week, it's starting to feel like an actual, attempt at building a society, right? So bear with us on that.
Okay.
All right.
Understand.
Go get rid of all your shit. Sleep on the ground out here. We don't have these trailers yet, so everybody sleep on these couches.
Pick a damn couch.
Come on, guys, let us go dispose of our belongings and let us toss them into the sea.
Yes. It will be done.
Yeah, I gotta get rid of my shit
Sophia,
Symbolism.
do you need?
There's Zeke, right?
The community starts, chat.
Yeah.
Sheesh.